Alright, we are going to be ranking all the characters in Friends vs. Friends. But first, I'm going to crack open a cold one for the lads watching. Ah, there we go. That's
boy,
more like
yeah.
it.
I'm 2 in. I'm 2 cans in.
Right, what order are we going to do this? Are we going alphabetical?
The order of no. We're doing it in the order of how the character selection screen is. So we'll start with Spike. I think Spike's the first one, right?
How do we feel about Spike? If we think about this tier list as C is a pass, C is like fine, C is playable, B is good, A is very good, S is special, and D is like bad.
Yeah, I can work with that. I can live with that.
Because I feel like I feel like a lot of people, for some reason, a lot of like higher players would put him in like D tier, which is I think ridiculous.
It's a really good character. It comes in clutch, hella clutch, when it counts. Oh, there we go.
I mean, similar to Stevie, he kind of starts with the ability to like one-shot brain shot if you have the mind-blowing card.
And a lot of beginner players like gravitate towards him, like, ooh, free damage.
Yeah, I mean,
Damage.
and another thing to think about is like his buff is always active at all times.
Yeah, it's always active, which I love about him. But I don't really play as him as much because, you know, duck main for life.
I think because his buff is always active, he has to at least be a pass, right? It's not like extra damage is bad. And he did just get buffed.
Were we having the same conversation? I thought we were gravitating towards like an A. Like why a C? I thought what's going on? Did I miss something? Did I black out?
Because the amount of extra damage he gets like isn't that much. But you
Oh,
know
no,
what?
it's quite a bit, love. It's quite a bit. B, at
Alright.
least a B. Come on. At least a B to compensate.
I'll agree. We can always shuffle it around later. But yeah.
Because remember, it applies to every weapon in the game, not just the pistol. You'll forget that it's like 21 for headshots and 14 for body shots.
Yeah, I mean, unlike basically every other character at this point, I haven't played Spike much. Spike and Lars are the only characters I haven't played much.
Huh.
Right, so next.
Right, next Moose.
Moose.
The Moose.
I think.
Fun fact, you should never ram your car into a moose. Anyways, as you were saying about Moose.
I agree with that life advice though, for real. I think Moose is good. I mean, 2 jumps, you know, the extra mobility is always going to be decent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it can be countered kind of hard.
With no jump.
Yes.
No jump, no life at that point.
It makes her feel pretty bad when that happens. And I
you
mean,
take away the one gimmick my character has.
Yeah.
Real.
I think a lot of people do run that card as well.
Yeah, that's why I use it on the sweats, because Jesus Christ, they are like birds on crack when trying to play against good Moose players.
So what? I mean, Moose's power is pretty good, but it's so easily counterable. Or rather, the counter is so strong. Do we go C or do we maybe? Part of me wants to put it in D because of the fact that like when you counter it, it doesn't just bring her back to default. It makes her worse than default. But then part of me wants to put it in B because it's really good. So I
say C. Put it in C, because 1, Smitty mains the character, so we'll get good points with Canadians, and 2, you're not always gonna get a no jump every single round, so it's not always, you know, it's not always like a factor to take in.
Yeah, unless it's 3v3s versus Neoscope.
Okay, well, at that point, you're just asking to be a masochist at that point.
That is true. That is true. Who's up next?
Duck, my boy, S.
S. I don't know.
Because think about it, all right? With like when it comes to like if you know you're gonna win the round and if you know there's a counter, you're gonna use the green herbs cards to counter it, because you're just gonna get that card back the next round anyway, so it's not really a big of a loss. That card also counts for reroll, so you get an extra card when you reroll. And like healing 40 damn 40, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Healing all the time.
Yeah, I agree. And also, it's good with painkillers as well, because he can survive
Painkillers as
painkillers.
well. Yeah.
There is one thing though. All the characters who get extra cards, which that's what is it? Him, Katie, Duper, and
Cluster.
Cluster. They're extra vulnerable to Invisible Hand slightly because there's just extra confusion to be had.
But I
Which
mean,
is one
what's the
thing-
difference? You're still gonna get confused regardless.
Yeah. I don't
Don't
know.
you dare.
In,
I see it.
my head, I'm like, oh, he's A tier, but you're so sure. I'm gonna let you have that one.
I'm certain. There's a reason why he's the first 500 I've got.
All right.
Plus, how could you not like a stoner character? They're always chill as hell, man.
Well, yeah, that's like their
They
whole
always-
personality, I suppose, isn't it?
No, that's not their whole personality. All right, they like eating as well. They like good food, like Jack in the Box. That's respectable. That's my son right there. You're talking to.
Understandable. But yeah. All right. Next.
All right,
character.
next on the last of the starter roster is DJ Newton. Now, what I would say about DJ Newton is, at first, I thought it was a pointless character to have or to use at all. Would barely use her. But when I started using her, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. And finding out about the shotgun that you told me about, where it basically just turns into a slug shot, kind of good. It's a pretty good character, I would say.
Yeah, DJ Newton's shotgun alone takes her from like B to at least A. But there is something else I want to say, which is, firstly, lots of the really high level players do play a DJ, at least here and there, or at least recognize that they're good. And also, in addition, people with, I feel like, all skill levels really like DJ.
Yeah, and like she makes like certain guns more usable at long range, like the Grasshopper. That's so good at
Oh
long
my
range
god,
now.
yes, the Grasshopper on DJ is actually so good.
Now the AK, I'm not too sure. That's just like a steroid Grasshopper right there.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I do want to consider is like how much more accurate is their ability than the more accuracy card. Do we actually know?
Like,
But
it's
yeah,
guaranteed for it.
I mean, when I play them on because I play controller, as you know, but the viewers don't necessarily know. I play on controller, and DJ feels really, really good on controller.
Yeah, no more of that aim assist, eh?
I am gonna take
Oh, it's
Duck down to
55.
A, but there is a reason.
Oh my!
There is a reason. There is a reason.
God.
I swear to you, there is a reason, right?
I'm gonna start smoking now. I'm gonna
I
get addicted
swear
to
to
nicotine.
you, there is a reason.
What's the reason? Let's hear it.
I have someone in mind with S.
Is there only one person in S? I wonder who's in S, eh?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna figure that one out in a minute.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna.
I just realized
I'm
this,
gonna chat your off.
we're missing Bach Roadstein. That's who we're
Out of all
missing.
characters you forget. Out of all
Literally,
characters you
of all
forget.
the characters, I forgot to put my main on the website. All right, who's our next character? Is it Donny B?
No, Stevie Goal. Stevie Goal.
Okay, Stevie. Stevie is cracked. Come on, Stevie
Yeah,
is
Punzi-
mega cracked.
Punzi proves that through and through that Stevie is nothing but drugs. Nothing but dopamine rushes when you use him. Because you get this just beefier gun that has one extra bullet in the mag, as
One-shot
well
brain
as doing
shots.
extra damage. One shot brain shots. It's like, holy crap. Other than talking about his boat, he loves his father.
He's
What-
so
what
good.
isn't there to say?
He is so
That's an
good.
S.
He's
That's an
so
S right
good.
there.
He is special. That's why he gets S, because he is so good. Oh my god.
Donny B.
Okay, now it's Donny B.
Donny B.
God tier 1v1 character.
Yeah, it's a really good character. Donny B is a really good character. It's why I use it in like free falls, just so I can like, have an advantage when it comes to that. Because I don't want to get ganked every 5 seconds, you know?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time when you play against a Donny B, it just they feel noticeably
takes forever.
tankier. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's not even close.
It's just Wiggers won't die, man. Like Jesus.
She's got to be above Spike. She's got to be above
Yeah.
Spike. Is she going in? Is she going in A, or is she going above Spike at B?
A, no, A. Above Duck Anderson.
Above. Well, okay, hold on. Let's. Would you say that's correct, or would you say she's even above DJ Newton, or is that kind of player dependent?
I think that's actually a tie. That's actually tied with DJ Newton and Donny B because the extra health is really good, but accuracy as well is really good. Like a 55 increase in accuracy, and it really shows as well.
Yeah,
So that's a tie. We'll leave it like
yeah,
that. That's a tie.
especially because I mean you use health up when you're already Donny B, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 220, I think. Or
Yeah.
like 200 something.
It's
200.
silly.
Yeah, it's in the
It is
200.
very silly. Or is it Lars
that's
next? Or is it Haru?
No, it's Mick Raver. MYK Raver.
Mick. It's Punsy's favorite. It's Punsy's favorite
it's
right
also-
there.
It's also my best friend Olinka's favorite. Shout out to you, Olinka. Loves his character to death.
Let's go. I feel like okay, the grasshopper is love it or hate it, right?
It's a very mixed bag, yeah.
Yeah. What I will say about the grasshopper is it's like it's such a good building block for different buffs, like vampire rounds or poison.
Yeah, because like the thing is with the grasshopper is it's a good gun on its own, but it's at its peak performance. You put effects on it. That's when it's a really good weapon. Because like
Yeah.
you can kill someone with a grasshopper, but that's only if you're like really good with the character, where you can like dance circles around the enemy.
I think there is. I mean, people will joke, especially in like, you know, if people who are newer to the game, that Mick is a very like low skill character, and that the grasshopper doesn't take much skill. But of course, a person who's good at Mick is going to be getting really close, and when you're really close, then stuff's moving around on a screen so fast, and you have to be pretty good to hit your shots at point blank. Like,
Yeah,
while
especially using this
evading.
weapon with the akimbo. That's like overkill, but it's a good kind of overkill. Not like where it's an akimbo shotgun, where like okay, well you just like hate having fun. You definitely play competitive.
Yeah. One thing that we both know is really strong, that Punzi knows is really strong, is the grasshopper with Titan. It's just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that is atrocious. I've seen it firsthand. I've
That's-
seen what the devil looks like.
Yeah, Mick has to be A tier as
Yeah.
well, but the question is where? Where in A tier do they go? Are we putting them above DJ or are we putting them below DJ? I feel like they're above Donny B, right?
I don't know. I think below Donnie.
Below Donny. I suppose, right.
Because against a
Yeah.
Donnie and a Mick, that's a lot more tougher to handle.
And also, what would you be sacrificing if you were trying to gain their power, right? A grasshopper is a one cost card.
Yeah.
So while yes he spawns with it every round, also, you know, it's not necessarily a
A
like
loss.
yeah, it's not like a massive difference in terms of cost.
Yeah, because they balance it out. They had to like be as good as a pistol.
And meanwhile health up is a 2 cost. So she's getting more benefit. Right?
From that.
Yeah.
More benefit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Who's on the list today? Who's on the doctor's note today?
I think it is Lars now.
Lars, it's D tier. I hate him.
What? Okay, come on. Get over yourself. It's been a year. It's been a year. Move on. All right. They can't hurt you. They're not real anymore. Low level Lars players are not real. They cannot hurt you. All right. Jesus.
I hate him so much.
I don't know what you mean. He's a lovable man. Are you really gonna put him in D tier knowing his mother died? His mother died.
No,
It
his
canonically
backstory
happened.
is- yeah, I know. It's so sad.
It's not that sad, but it's quite sad.
I mean, it's sad enough, I suppose.
Put that boy next to
I
no,
can't.
little higher,
No,
little higher.
I
B,
can't.
B. Put him with his boy Spike Remington, all right? Because being resistant to explosions every round, that's hella good. Because you're guaranteed to get hit by a bomb at least once in these rounds, unless you just kill them before they can. But point
It is
is,
good. It is
that is a
good.
really good ability.
It is good, but bomb belt. But they spawn with bomb belt if they're low level. I hate it so much.
Okay, get thick skin.
Yeah, I've had to. To be honest, I think the pain came because I didn't used to run thick skin. At least, now I do. So.
There you go. Yeah, no. Lars, pretty good, especially the punch-o-matic. So when you accidentally shoot yourself, hey, at least not a big loss.
Yeah, I mean,
loss.
when you use the punch eye, you can get really close to people with Lars, or you can swap weapons and stuff. So he is good. He is very good. I will give it that. Sable,
You get it, you get it.
situational.
I
Too
don't know.
situational.
I don't know. And free for all, it could be a menace. 1v1s, then it's situational.
I think one thing it depends on is you do have to build your deck around the character.
Around
right,
it,
to get anything
you
out of it.
absolutely do.
Like DJ, Donny, to an extent, Mick, Duck, Spike, and Lars, and Moose, you can do whatever you want with that deck. Whatever you want.
Basically.
Whereas
But
Sable,
Sable,
is
you
no.
need to.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
have to.
necessity.
So, and I don't know. I feel like Sable is, especially since Katana isn't as good as when the game first came out.
Oh yeah, where it was just like broken as shit. Where you just like it wasn't even like a 3-swing motion animation. It was just like the first
The same
animation
swing,
over and
yeah.
over and over again. It was
So, I feel like she's really, really good when it's against a noob, or it's noobs using it against other noobs. But
I'm not too sure about that though. I've seen good Sable players, especially
yeah, I
on
mean,
small maps.
there's
They're
good
menace as
there's
well.
good Sable players out there. There's a lot of good Sable players out there.
I feel like it's a B for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause,
I
like-
find her low-key annoying to fight against, but it's more because of the jankiness of the weapon than like necessarily the character
Yeah.
being really good.
And the block. I mean, the block, it's good, but you never seem to use it because it puts you at risk of, having to reload a katana, which is funny as fuck to me. But still, it puts you at a risk.
All right, let's go bottom of B.
Bottom of B, yeah. It's a good weapon. Does hella damage
Yeah.
when they're close, but you need to build a deck around it in order to even get close to begin with.
Yeah, and let's just remind ourselves. I mean, Moose is here not because her power is necessarily super bad, but because, especially in 2v2s or 3v3s, if you use no jump, not only does she have her power taken away, but it takes her all the way down to no jumps, which to be fair, I think is BS. I think if you use no jump on a Moose, it should take them to 1 jump.
Plus, she's a home wrecker.
Hold on, let me have a swig.
Alright. A swig of gin. I'm out. I'm already out of my second can, man.
I'm still in bottle 1. I gotta speed up.
Yeah, I'm chugging through these, man.
All right, who comes next?
Haru.
Haru A. Surely.
A,
Surely. Right?
D,
Did you just say D?
D.
Did you just say
D.
D?
Yeah.
Should we just move on and leave her here for a while just to get people?
Yes. I hate Haru players. They think they're so better flying around with their heads full of eyeballs. Fuck them. All right, I spit on you.
Yeah. All right. Let's leave her.
Alright,
Let's
next.
leave her there for a while.
All right, Cluster. Cluster Junior.
Okay. I mean, I mained Cluster for a little while when I did the all blue cards thing, and like it was good. It was good. What I will say is it's mostly good against mid-level players and lower, because everyone else will just pop a nuke the moment you get your turrets down, or they'll throw a Karatov on them or something to just destroy them.
Yeah. Cluster Junior is definitely a beginner type character. Because, like, my
Yeah.
friend Jaden, he started out playing Cluster, but after a while, he got out of it and started playing Haru and Sable.
Yeah, and I think
just
as well
stuck
as
with those.
that, I mean the stuff that we said, or the stuff that I said about the whole invisible hand against the people with extra cards, it's literally twice as bad against him. I just
Okay, and in that case, yeah, it's bad.
yeah, I like cluster can be good. You can definitely make a lot of plays, but it's gonna be dependent. So what should we go for C? Probably below
I
Moose.
think I would say above Sable because cluster your players against Sables are quite good.
That's a good point.
Good counter.
That is a good point. He does counter Sable really well because she either has to swap to another weapon or just like block, and it's not good.
Which would, yeah, it's not gonna be good.
You know what? I agree. I agree. You've changed my mind. I agree with you. Because it is effective.
Yeah, it's a very good counter.
Anyways, Roberto Mulligan with that. Actually, I think not.
Oh God.
I'm too scared of confrontation.
So Roberto obviously is good against everyone. However, firstly, that's in one Phew. In 1v1s.
Bless you.
But also
1v1.
sorry. But also
I think with 2v2s, 3v3s, and free for all, they're a lot better.
you think they're better in free for all?
Yeah, because you get to work with stuff, you know? It's not always the same thing. Because I feel like the point of Roberto is to always have a different personality every round. That would makes the character fun and good to me. It's not like, you know, 1v1 is like, just pick the same character they're playing as at that point. Like, what's the point of having Roberto? Because, like, yeah, you're not certain which character they're gonna be, but
I mean,
it's, at that point, you know, just be the same
he
character they are.
I don't know. I mean, in 1v1, I have kind of the opposite opinion. I think that he shines in 1v1 because he's just a direct counter to everyone. But what I was gonna say is one thing's for sure, and that's that you can't build for every character.
You can't.
So
It's like
yeah,
he's very tricky. He's like a all-in-one character, which is gonna
Yeah.
be very hard for players, I would say.
if you get unlucky and you know you go against a Sable, and they've got a Sable deck, and you don't, it's just like good luck.
It really is just a roll of the dice with them, which I think would put him in C for me.
Yeah, I agree. If C is perfectly passable, C is passable, B is good, A is very good, and S is special, then
Is what
he's passable, but he's gonna be at the bottom of C surely, no matter what, pretty much.
All right, our first detective of the day, Dale.
Dale.
So
Okay.
much art I've seen of this character, good and bad.
Oh God,
My eyes will never be the same.
Okay,
Why can't
I
there be
dread
more
to think.
females, man?
Alright,
Why is it
hold on,
mostly
this move.
men? Shut up, phone.
Right. I mean, if it was at the start of the update, if it was at the start of expensive update, it would be instant S because he had the double damage.
Yeah,
The
that bomb
explosions.
damage.
But yeah, I mean, his power is kind of janky. I mean, sometimes it does extra damage when you hit someone from like the side or whatever. But I feel like, I mean, he's not atrocious, but there's no way that he's going above Roberto.
No. Okay, the thing is with Dale for me is, it's a good character. You just gotta be sneaky. All right, he's the best when it comes to multiple other modes except 1v1s. 1v1s you gotta work a little bit harder for it.
Yeah.
But for 3v3s and like all those other modes, he's really good. All right.
You know
Because
what,
like
you're
your
right,
teammates can
yeah.
distract the enemy and he can sneak up behind and just start doing extra damage from the back. Because
You're
remember,
right. Yeah.
on the back of the character they have the X, which renders them, and people thought like it doesn't matter where they hit on the back. It does really, because if you shoot the back of their head, it does hella extra damage to their head. I'm gonna put my thing on. There we go.
You know, you raise a good point, because I mean, I got like the 1v1 mindset, which is why it's like important to have multiple of us doing this because you play a lot of other modes.
I'm very exclusive.
Yeah,
So I would say top of B tier because it's a pretty good
top
character.
of B tier. Well, above
Top B tier.
above Spike, above.
Because Spike, mind you, sure, it's like a little bit extra damage.
Yeah.
Dale, it's a lot more extra damage.
True.
Because you gotta work for it.
Yeah, and the card he's replacing is A, pretty cheeks, but B is like, what is it, like a 3 cost for Sly Shooter?
Sly Shooter. And that's only for a bit as well. You don't keep it for the entire round.
Yeah. And I mean, he is definitely below DJ, Stevie, Donny, Mick,
Yeah.
and
Because it's a very
Duck,
high skill
for
character to
sure.
utilize. And especially after they patched the bomb glitch. God dang, I was gonna try it out as well for myself. But hey, it's alright.
Oh, I noticed a bug with Dale. He, for whatever reason, Dale himself takes back damage from environmental hazards. I don't know why, but when he hits the ground on trucks, he takes 48 instead of 30 damage. Don't know why.
Probably because he's old.
Real. Who's next?
Alright.
Kala.
Margarita Kala. I have to confess something. I think no, get that alcoholic back down to C. Alright? Get her back down. Alright? I've seen countless matches of you not being able to do anything with this character because you don't have 3 of the same color card. Get that alcoholic back down to C, young lady.
I don't know. I don't know if you now, listen to me for a moment. I believe you, because that is true. But let's just think for a moment. How many times have you seen a whole lobby switch to Carla because like 1 or 2 people did? Because
I haven't seen any.
what?
I've not seen any. Not a
I've seen
single
that happen
one.
so many times.
Obviously, because it's an alcoholic. You're siding with an alcoholic. Do you not hear yourself? Do you not hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? It's an alcoholic.
I don't know. You go against a decent red Marge or a pair of them, and it's
Like
just
the only way for the ability to be good in any way, to utilize the ability as well, if you stick with like one, like colored batch of cards, because like you
yeah. I
only
mean, the
heal
red
40.
cards are best.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but you're wasting like so many cards. You're wasting so much because like you're not because like remember the end of every round you and the beginning of it you draw 3 cards every time, no more no less, unless like it glitches out and doesn't do it anymore, which has happened to me before because of
You know
reroll.
what? You know
But-
what? Right. I am willing.
Like it's a
Sorry.
yeah, because like Kala, this alcoholic, like it's a very very difficult and luck based character to use because like if you have like about a decent amount of like inclusivity with the card colors, we don't judge you if you only stick with one race or another. We don't judge you. But the thing is with this is it feels like it's a luck based character. All right, it feels like you're not really using the ability to its potential because you're always relying on the draw of the cards for the ability to work in the beginning.
I mean,
Well-
okay. If you run the right deck, you are gonna probably get 3 red cards every round. Because I mean, if you hold on a moment, if you bear with me for a moment, I got to a 34 win streak on Carla, me and Deflang Official, and that was, that was just it was a slaughter. And it
Okay,
was
but the thing is, the
eye-opening.
question I have to ask is, was it because of the ability or the skill that got you there?
Okay. I mean, ego boosting. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Alright,
Was it because of the skill, or was it because of the ability? Because I guarantee you it wasn't because of the ability.
I don't know. I'm willing. Okay. Shall we? I am willing to move her down because of the fact that you have to build into the deck to make it work, which makes it somewhat situational. Because if you don't pick the right deck, if you do open that character, that, you know.
Yeah, because like even though because when you released the Kala video and you made a deck for her, there were even times where you got like shit out of luck with the cards and wasn't able to use the character's ability at some points because of the cards. Like whether or not it's still gonna happen regardless whether you not get enough of the right cards.
All right.
It's gonna happen at one point.
All right. Okay. Oh, let's move her down. But what side of DJ is she going?
Are you fucking pulling my leg right now? Put this bitch in C.
No, I can't do that.
Do it!
No.
Do it!
No, I can't. I want to put her in S. You want to put her in C?
Put her above Roberto. Put her above the burrito frog.
No,
Alright,
okay, let's meet in the middle. Let's meet in the middle. Let's put her next to Dale.
No, put her below Dale. At
Come
least.
on, there are people who ban her. I'm telling you. I swear.
Yeah,
because
they think she's good. They're delusional. They're delusional. That's why. We're flipping a coin. All right, no, I don't care. We're flipping a coin to decide whether or not. All right, she stays where she is, or she goes right over the burrito frog. All right, I have the coin right here. All right, I call dibs on tails. All right, so we'll see. You win this time. You win this time.
Okay, so she's going in B then, and our explanation for that is, I guess, that she would be an S, but you gotta build for it. So we're gonna bring it down because you have to build for it. It's not.
Did you not hear a single word I said the entire
I
argument?
heard what you said, but in terms of our
But you didn't
legal
take in
justification.
You did not take it into consideration. You heard me out, but you just did not take it into consideration.
You know what? Okay,
All right.
yes. That is what happened. That is what happened because I'm biased. 34 win streak. That was my magnum opus, dude.
Dang you!
Let's move on
Dingo.
to the Dingo
Dingo.
characters. Dingo.
Dingo D.
Agreed. Worst character. Because, I mean, okay, if Bomb Lover was good, then fine.
Reroll, Bomb Lover.
Yeah, reroll is really
is
good. But other
What
than
other
that,
cards?
but if someone uses a barbed cards on you, which is common because that card is S tier, if someone barbs your cards, then you just
Well,
can't get
I
rid
think
of the
that's-
garbage.
I don't think it's S tier anymore. I think it's more of an A because that's the time limit now.
You know what? Yeah, okay, fine. But still, you catch my drift. If someone silences you or uses barbed cards or invisible hand, you're kind of fucked.
I don't think silence hand is gonna make a difference in this situation, though. To be honest.
Alright, but he's the worst character. He is D tier.
Yeah, not.
He is D tier.
But I feel so bad for him though because of that. Because like, he was left behind, man.
Yeah, I agree. Buff? Bomb Lover.
Bomb Lumber is good though. 'Cause
I-
essentially, it's just throwing a bomb card.
No, it's not though, because the radius is smaller and it does less damage. It does like half the damage. It's not good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cheeks. And you know what? I know it's cheeks because I went through a phase of using Bomb Lover, and it's bad. Because I did it back when Dale was getting the double damage, and you know what? Even with the Dale double damage, it still didn't kill very much.
It's the one, the only Ciaro.
Punzi
I
would
would
want it in S,
say-
but there's just no way.
I would say a B. A B, because like you can guarantee almost every person in their deck has a poison or poison bullets, or a poison bomb.
Yeah. Equally though, he's one of those characters where
It's very
if
situational.
you yeah, but also if you rematch, your opponent might switch decks. Because that's definitely something I've done. I actually don't normally bother running poison just in case I run into a Ciaro, which is probably stupid, but I just don't normally run it. I just don't. I don't use the
I don't
grasshopper
know,
much.
'cause-
So.
Because nowadays there's not much Ciaro players. I think the hype died down with this character after a while because I don't see much of Ciaro anymore.
I
So I just
definitely
like use bullets for
I definitely don't think he's bad. And he is more than passable, because there isn't really a counter to Venom Eater, right? There isn't really a counter to his card. You can't go... There is no card that's like, oh, venom actually doesn't heal you anymore. You know?
What are you talking about? There's the Molotov. There's fire. What do you mean? That's a great counter.
I guess that's true, but yeah, like the main thing I've ever done that's like actually countered a Siaro player is when I've played against Punzi, because I know he's obsessed with toxic bomb. So I'll throw a toxic bomb, and then he runs into it, and I throw a Molotov into the toxic bomb.
That's just mean. The boy just wanted to have fun. Yeah, I don't think he's ever thrown a toxic bomb at me ever.
I don't know. I mean, hiding in a toxic bomb as Siaro is a decent strat. It heals you really quick. I think it's 8 damage, 8 health per second. So it's good, and it conceals him. And
Yeah,
catching other
but
people off guard is good.
But I think like it's very situational though, because I think there's only like 3 things, excluding the bomb dice, that can help him with that. So I think he goes under Lars because of that. Because there's like way more like
Yeah.
explosive things.
But he definitely is B tier, because he's more than just passable, but he is not like really good or,
Good as the others.
S tier.
All right, Leica starts with a revolver that only has 2 bullets in each round.
Okay, I mean, hold on. Let's update the booze situation and then and then carry on. Let's just hold on, let me, I'm gonna crack up another one real quick.
Leica. So I'll start with saying Leica, I feel, is a pretty good character. I think the bottom of A tier. But I say that because Leica damage is really good, especially if you can always hit headshots with it.
Leica's
But
been
that
nerfed
can also
though.
be difficult.
Leica has been
It
nerfed.
has?
Yes,
I
yes.
haven't
because
seen the nerf.
yeah, Leica got nerfed. So if you use akimbo, it used to give you like
Oh, full Leica again?
yeah, it used to give you 2 full Leicas worth of bullets, and then when you ran out,
It gave you a regular Leica.
it gave you yes, and it doesn't do that anymore.
It doesn't? Well, I mean, it's not that bad. That's still not that bad.
I think okay, if you're cracked or if you have quick reload and
Punzi.
like profaner it, yeah, they can be good, and you know if you're really good at peak shooting and stuff. But let's remember there are controller players in this game. End of story.
Well, yeah, I'm not taking you into consideration. I'm not taking you into consideration when it comes to this. You thought? What you thought this was a charity?
I don't know. I mean, Leica can be good. There's a lot of potential.
Oh no, Leica is good. Punzi proved that.
Well, hold on. If you say that about, but you say that about me using Marge, is it the character or is it the skill? Well, I have to say with Punzi using Leica, is it him or is it the character? Because he is just so good at the game.
And he's really good with a Leica.
Yeah.
So if you give him a character that starts with Leica every round, then that can also counterpoint every other gun then, because is the gun good or is it just the skill?
I guess that's true. I mean, okay, so what things could bring her up and what things could bring her down? Bringing her up is the insane potential if you do hit your headshots really reliably.
And increased damage as well. It goes hella damage.
Yeah, but the
Big Mac
downside
has
is
no effect. No effect. Big Mac
Yeah.
has no effect on this weapon. But Small Mag does, apparently, because that's just fair.
yeah, you've got to take into consideration like building into her. She does have counters because yeah, small mag against a Leica is just I mean it's just not fair. But yeah, having to build into her brings her down a little bit, I think.
Bottom A. That's where I stand with this character, because it is a pretty good character. Because like let's be honest, they had to do something with this revolver character to make it balanced and fair.
Yeah, I agree. And that I feel like someday, if the game gets more popular, we're gonna see someone who is a Leica main, who is they're like a Valorant player or something, like a Valorant esports player, and they fucking
No.
or they play
No.
they play Osu on their fucking tablet, and they're just
No,
mega
please.
giga cracked.
Please let me have fun. Don't let me think about that just yet. It's not time yet.
Someday, I'm telling you, someday there will be a mega cracked Leica player who will take like the world by storm. And because that potential, yeah, I agree with you, is A.
Alrighty. I just realized we skipped over the sheep. That darn sheep. We just keep on skipping over it. Whatever. Okay, so the sheep. Resistant to headshots. What it does is it just gives her like the same damage as like a body shot when it comes to the head. Which I feel like is good.
Yeah, so I mean it is good, but it's buggy. And if this is like
What do
a
you mean
realistic guide, well, apparently it doesn't always work. Because I was talking to Demonic, who's the guy who designed this character, and Demonic says that their character trait is bugged right now, which means so we got to take that into account. But also, I mean, have you played Jawara Farms? It's one of those ones where you can't really feel the effects of the character. Like you don't really feel.
Yeah.
You just don't feel
Because
it.
I did play with her for a while, and I didn't really. Well, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, every time I play, I feel nothing. It's like eating like a bland burger. It's like, yeah, it's a burger, but did you really eat a burger?
Yeah, I'm feeling below Roberto. She's not bad in the, because she's in C tier, she's passable. You can play as her without, a negative repercussion. But she can't be higher than bottom of C because you don't feel it, and it's bugged as well.
Well, no, we're not taking the bug into consideration because we know what the ability is, and in a gameplay standpoint, it sounds good, really, but if only it was like not as much as a body shot. That's probably the problem. It's the damage resistance to the head is as much as a body shot. That's probably what the problem is.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like as strong as the helmet, God, the helmet's strong, or at least the helmet
Yeah, 'cause
can
it's
be
like
strong.
5. You know,
Yeah.
helmet's like 5. So what I'm thinking is find a balance between the 5 and the 13 or 14 damage. So I would say like 10.
Yeah.
10
Alright,
seems like
is
a good
it
balance.
is it
10 or 9.
is it Duper next?
Duper. Go ahead, commit a crime. Love that line.
Okay, so I mean, Berserker is a funny card because the benefit you give yourself is the exact same as the benefit you give someone else, which I think is weird in a sense. You know, you give yourself 60% damage, you take 60% damage. So I mean, it's fair. It's never going to be broken when it's formatted like that.
I don't know. You
Good if you
use double
select a
berserker
sniper.
and a sniper on some poor bloke, and that scares me that you're saying this right
Yeah.
now when you know what you did.
But equally, you miss that shot, and you're screwed because you got double berserker. You're gonna take 100%, 120% extra damage. You get mega wrecked.
Well, then just I don't know. You could freeze their gun for a bit. I don't know. There's ways to do this. There's ways not to do this. Ways to do this: shoot the opponent. Ways not to do this: don't get shot.
When the expensive update came out, me and Derpy played a lot with Duper, and I feel like a lot of people's strat with Duper, at least when it came out, was you just used the berserker card like the moment the round started, and then like basically wondered why you got one shot by a bomb or something later on. I think similar to Dale, there's you gotta strategize to get anything out
Yeah,
of the character at
Dale.
all. And there is a lot of people who just activate berserker at the start of the round and just die.
Oh yeah, that's definitely has not been me. That has not been me at all. I've never done that.
I think there's potential
That being
there, but I
said-
mean, think about it for a moment, right? So someone like any of these people in A or S, except for maybe Leica, any of these guys, the buff that they get is a direct buff. They have an advantage over the opposition if the other person was like a plain character, if we just imagine they have no ability. But Duper does not. Duper's buff is not a buff. It just,
It's a double-edged sword, yeah.
yeah, he must be below Jawara, in my opinion. Because Jawara gets a buff that is a buff. Like, that's all there is to it. Whereas, not only is it a buff and a nerf for Duper, but they're the same percentage, they're the same size.
I don't know. feel like it's fair though where you put a no, because I feel like there's ways that he can be good. Like if you sneak up on the opposition and pop the berserker, then pop him, then you know it's pretty good. But like you don't want to play the card immediately. Like you want to play this card when you know you have the upper hand. Let's say you know they're at 50 health and you're still well over above that. Like you still have damage on you, but
okay. I mean, it is good. It is good with painkillers and it's good with brain blow. But brain blow does have a lot of counters, to be fair.
yeah, and the thing is with this, because like the thing is with, because if it was like immediately in it takes effect immediately at the start of every round, then yeah, I can see your point. But it isn't. It's a card that you can play every round if you want to, that is. You have a choice in the matter. Well, as the sheep, where like it's a character you don't really feel like you're getting much out of, and it's stuck with you like at the beginning of every round. That's understandable. With Duper, I don't feel like that's fair. I feel like it's definitely like a B.
A B
But
tier.
bottom of
A
B.
B. Definitely
bottom
below
of B.
Sable. I mean, this you'd really have to strategize to get
Yeah.
something positive out of
More
it.
than Sable. Because like
Yeah.
Sable's a total zoner. With Duper is something where at the zone. Anyways, next on the list is KTQTPi. Oh boy. So
I don't know how to feel about KTQTPi. In my experience playing them, bearing in mind I don't normally run energy drink. I don't know, they don't feel that great. I don't like that their buff only applies to them instead of teammates. I think that that's stupid. You and I have both, or at least I have definitely seen really good players using KTQTPi and mega wrecking my face balls off.
yeah, because like KTQTPi, I feel it's a good character because energy drink is a pretty decent card. Alright, I've used it to kill you multiple times when I was in a sticky situation reloading.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good card. And with a character that has that, I feel like it's a pretty alright character. Nothing too special to write home about, but a pretty alright character.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I mean in 1v1s they're better than in 2 and 3s because needs to apply to teammates for them to be anything above mid B, surely.
Well, I don't know. Duck Anderson's ability doesn't apply to your teammates, but you don't see people complain about that.
That's true.
Same with Dupers as well.
That's true. I mean, if it was up to me, I would put Duck Anderson lower, but you love Duck Anderson, so we've met in the middle.
I hate how you say that so casually, like it's a thing okay to say. My boy, he's my baby boy.
Okay, let's try and think about this rationally, right? KTQTPi is definitely above Duper, but are they above Sable?
I feel like yeah.
Yeah.
Because energy drink can get you out of there.
Yeah, are
Out
they
of Sable's
above
range.
Cluster? I don't know.
Now that would depend. That would really depend.
And also, why have we put Ciaro there? I mean, realistically, because I feel like they're above Ciaro. Right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Do you think they're above Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, let's get that
I agree
picture
with that.
back, Roadstein. Okay, right. Can you see it? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Now,
My main.
Bach
My
Roadstein.
main. My main. I love him
See.
so much.
When have you ever killed me with batch roasting? When have you ever?
But he's just so good.
How if you keep on dying?
It's a lot of extra damage, and I love it.
Well, clearly it's doing you so well considering you won against me so many times. Because like I remember I even debated you with the blame blower with the brain mirror card, and you slammed your desk because of that. That ability didn't save you in the long run, now did it?
Alright, but let's hold on. Okay, just hold on. Slow down. Just slow it down. Stop the amount of times that we've played 2v2s or 3v3s together, think about the number of times where I've clutched at the end with Bach and his stupid extra damage. Oh, I love it so much. Come on, you've seen it. I've got 9 million clips of me clutching on Bach.
Okay. What I
Sorry.
feel like you're doing right now to me, which I don't appreciate, is gaslighting me. You know what gaslighting is, alright?
Yeah.
Gaslighting is where you're lying about past events
What?
to make it seem like it's true, alright?
What are you talking
I don't
about?
think, in the amount of times our friendship has been through this, I don't think I've seen you once clutch up with the extra damage from Bach Roadstein.
What? How could you say that? I've
Because
uploaded it.
I
I've
feel like
uploaded
I'm
it
being
to
gaslit.
YouTube.
I feel like I'm being gaslit. I don't think I've seen you a single time clutch up with the extra damage. Now, I'm not saying you've died every time with him. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you have not used his ability to clutch up, as you said.
Bro, it's literally on. It's on my YouTube. It's on my Bach Roadstein video. With the shotgun, his damage is so ridiculously high when he's low.
That's because
It basically one-shots.
does it actually one shot in the end?
If you get headshots with the pellets, it will one-shot. At least it'll almost one-shot. But it will be a functional one-shot. By that point in the round.
Now that is in gaslight. What you said earlier was, alright? And that's where I draw the line, alright? I feel like at most I'll give you top of C tier. Because yeah, I guess it can come in clutch, but every time I use the character as well, I don't feel like the ability is worth it for being such a low. Because like what health do you have to be in order to receive the extra damage?
Is bottom fifth of his health bar, which is I think it should be bottom quarter in my opinion.
So it's like 50 health?
No, it's more like, well, if he's got 150 HP and it's the bottom fifth, then it's the bottom 30 health.
So 30.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, when that buff is active, if you activate like Tin Man or painkillers or something, it is really strong. And of course, if you're using Tin Man or you're using painkillers, then you can also stack it with Berserker, and that is
I
ridiculous.
feel
But
like that isn't guaranteed to you every round.
yeah, so what I will say is like, yes, I know I main the character, but even I, as a Bach Roadstein main, I would not put him in S, and I would not put him above low to mid A. So you're saying he would be what, B tier, and I'm saying he would be low to mid A, but I main him.
Okay, you say Tin Man, but every time we've discussed multiple times that Tin Man is not good in the long run.
Yeah, Tin Man
Because of-
has been mega nerfed. It's just so...
Yeah, because the fire.
Yeah, fire is just so good against it now because the movement speed is so poor.
And
Alright.
you love that flamethrower. You
I
with
do
that
love the flamethrower. Okay, what I will say is he is definitely below Marge. He is definitely below Spike.
Spike, keep going. Keep going.
I don't know if I would say he's worse than Cluster. I can't bring myself to say he's worse than Cluster.
Yes, he is. What are you talking about? You get 2 turrets at the start of each round.
Okay, you know what?
You don't need it. You don't need
You
to be
do need to...
30 health in order to get those.
You know what? Yeah, okay. I will listen to my past self from earlier in the list, and you do have to strategize with Bach Roadstein, right? And that makes the character less accessible. And that's the other characters that you have to strategize with, like Sable and Ciara and Duper. We've brought them down because of that, and we should be fair and do that with Bach Roadstein as well. But can I sit here and live with myself putting him lower than KTQTPi?
Yes, you can.
I can't do it. There
Let's
we
see
go.
what the community has to say. Oh, they don't like him? Well, there's your answer.
That's true, but the community doesn't understand his amazing turtle nature like I do.
Okay, well that's the thing because they play with other characters. That's the thing. They actually go play with other characters. They don't like sit
I
here
love Bach Roadstein. I think he's great. I think he's so
because you're
fun to
biased. You
play.
love turtles too much. All right. Dude, I swear your bias is showing very badly when it comes to this character. I don't see why you like this character so much. I just don't.
Fine, Blue Sable. But I
What,
can't.
what did I say earlier?
His
Yes, you
buff is
can.
his buff is a direct buff. That has to put him above Duper. Come on.
But you're dead at that point.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Will you
I think
agree with
he's
me in
good.
Okay, let's put it like this. Will you agree with me in 5 years?
No. No, I will fight you in 5 years. I will fist fight you over Bach Roadstein.
Think, Plumpkin, think! In 5 years, what do you see yourself agreeing with? Me or you?
I can't. I brought him down from A already. I can't do this. I can't take him any further down. I can't.
Alright. Here's an idea. Here's what I propose to settle this little thing, alright? Oh, let me look it up. Alright. Here's what I'll do to compensate for this, alright? If you yourself state that this skin of Duck Anderson is S tier worthy, I will let you put Bach Roadstein in A tier.
Oh yeah, Blaze Runner Duck is god tier. I like that skin.
Alright? Then put the image in the tier list.
Oh what? This is a ridiculous deal. All right, hold on. We're doing it for
It will
science.
show me how loyal you are to this character, this
I am
turtle.
loyal. I am a loyal soldier.
And prove your loyalty.
I am a loyal soldier. Okay, hold on. Let me add it. Let me add it. Let me add it. Blaze Runner. Purely for the name.
Alright.
I am a Blade
Alright.
Runner fan. So, you know what? Okay, fine. Fine. You get it.
Thank you. Alright, you can put your character up in A tier.
No. As long as I don't move them down, I'm happy.
What? That wasn't the deal.
Alright, fine.
The deal was...
You know what? Okay,
There.
I don't believe after our discussion. Before our discussion, I'd put him there, but after our discussion, okay, I don't believe he's there anymore. But purely to cause some controversy, you know, I will leave him there. I will leave him there.
Yeah, it's not like we already caused controversy well overhead.
Alright, okay.
Anyways, yeah, this is...
We gotta finish
tier
up. We
list.
gotta wait. We're not done. We gotta
What do you
figure.
mean we gotta finish
gotta
it? No,
put Haru.
no. Why are you giving respect to the Haru players? Don't give respect to them. What makes you think they deserved it?
What? No, I love playing with Warning.
That's because he's not against us.
Okay, let's be real. Let's relinquish our bias.
I'm not biased.
Okay, where does what's her name again? Where does Haru go? She has a buff that's always active. You don't have to build around it, which already definitely puts her above serviceable.
No. Moose.
And I mean,
Moose.
the extra movement is so
Moose.
good.
Moose.
I would be remiss to put her below Duck, surely.
No, Moose. Because it has the same flaw as Moose.
But no, it doesn't, because with Moose, she has 2 jumps. You use no jumps, she has 0. If you have Haru high speed, you use move slower, it just puts her back at default. So if you counter Moose, she gets worse than nothing. If you counter Haru, she gets nothing.
Much.
You know I'm right. Too many. Okay, right.
No,
Look
no,
at it like
you're
this.
not.
Too
You weren't
many.
right about Bach Roadstein. You're not right now.
Too many people who are god tier in the game use Haru for her to possibly be low. There's no way. She's really good. She's so fast. Have you played Haru lately? It just feels like incredible.
Put that disgusting creature down at B, at least. The top of B.
No, I can't. I can't because she's good. She's really good.
You want to know people who play this character? People that I guarantee if I go up to their foreheads, you pull my finger on it and swipe it, I guaranteed I'll uncover a layer of grease on my finger. I guarantee it.
Oh, I don't know.
I guaranteed if I go claw machine game in their belly button, I'm guaranteed to pull out a prize. And it's, you know what that prize is?
No, I can't.
Belly button lint.
I can't. This is meant to be like vaguely serious. I can't. She has to be mid A, at least. She's really good. She's really good. I mean, okay, if we put our biases aside, the only characters that are biased is Bach Roadstein and Duck, right? I feel like
No,
everything else
Duck is good. That's the difference. Duck is good. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear bias from that name, Duck Anderson, in the same sentence.
But Haru is
No.
goated. Haru is awesome.
I'm going to burn everything you love if you put this character in A.
It has to happen. Okay, you know what? For your sake, there. Does that at least make you happier? Does that make you happier if I do that?
Put it below Batch and we have a deal.
Oh, come on. Even I'm not that biased. She's better than Bach Roadstein.
Fine. It is acceptable for now.
Okay, alright, great. So, let's, hold on, let me have another swig.
Just let me have another bullet in my mouth real quick. I have my gun. Where is it?
None of that from you. So, let's review our work. Which I think is wonderful
Yes.
work. Stevie,
the best work.
Stevie, easy S.
Yes.
Easy S. Duck Anderson Blaze Runner skill is in S because we had an agreement.
Yes.
End of.
No, not because of agreement. No. Repeat what you said to the jury earlier.
I said it.
Repeat what you said to the
the
jury.
skin is goated.
There we go. That's more like it.
All right. Okay, DJ Newton, because they transform basically all the
Weapons.
guns they use, and it's really good. Like it's very good.
Marvelous, darling.
Do we feel like that is better than Donny B's extra HP?
We said it was a tie.
That's right. Okay, so they're tied. So DJ and Donny are tied. And then we got Mick, purely because we're not Punsy. Punsy is special.
Or Linka.
Yeah, Punsy is a special boy. The Grasshopper has a lot of potential, and it's a really good basis for like adding buffs on, but it's not for everybody, and you, to an extent, have to build into it. Right.
Yeah.
So he's definitely above Duck, but Duck is good. Duck is really good.
There we go. That's what we like.
If it was up to me, I think he'd be high B or low A.
The fact that you have the guts to admit that right now is baffling to me.
But you'd put him in S, so we're meeting in the
Yeah.
middle. And I mean, yeah, his card is really good. You use it with painkillers. You know, we're not going to talk about Haru. We just talked about Haru. Bach Roadstein, insane with painkillers. Very underrated. I am biased. He is overrated in this list. Those of you
It's
watching,
still
he's
crazy to me that
overrated.
you try. It's still crazy to me how you still try to gaslight me about that clutching up stuff, man. It's
I
baffling.
have too many clips for that to be gaslighting. I'm sorry.
The
It's
gaslighting
evidenced.
isn't crazy, guys. You hear this?
It's evidenced. Alright. like
Then what
a
videos? What videos? What videos?
like
videos?
a mega insane potential. Some Osu player will
See,
probably
she doesn't answer the question. That's why I know she's bullshitting me.
the Bach Roadstein video. Anyway, I'll have to
No.
just send you some clips. Because I have some recent ones. Well, anyway, right. So, Leica, insane potential. Some random Osu player will probably become a Leica god. But until that happens, low A/high B. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. Marge, mega ultra god tier when it works. But you A, have to build into it, and B, there is an element of RNG. And that's why we've put her down. Yeah?
Yeah, just like how she got that spot she did.
Alright. Alright. Oh yeah, because the coin flipper. I'm too drunk.
Ironic that you are drunk talking about the alcoholic. Insane.
Real. We love the cow,
Dale.
groovy cow. Okay, Dale, you have to strategize, but you don't have to build into it, and it's always there, and it's really good in 2v2 and 3v3 and free for all. Right? So B.
Certain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, Remington.
Spike Remington. Solid. More than just passable, but not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Lars. More than just passable, but not great. S tier if you're a paper though.
True, yeah.
If you're a paper, grab Lars.
Yeah. We can all agree to that. I drink to that. Cheer.
Cluster beneath Lars, great counter to Sable, but otherwise vulnerable to nukes, floor is lava, Molotov, flamethrower, bombs, etc.
There's just like a lot of that's just that. You're just making me reconsider my opinion on cluster now. Now that you're just mention all the bad things and only the bad things.
I mean, clusters turrets have really low HP. Don't they?
Like 2 hits and they're dead.
Yeah. So you go against a bad cluster player who doesn't know where to put the turrets, and it's not gonna be a great time. In my experience, there's 2 ways you can use. Oh, I just dropped something on the floor. I don't know what it was. In my experience, there's 2 ways you can use cluster turrets, right? Effectively. You either go for hella range because you're going against like a Sable or a Mick, and you just put them far away and they do like a bit of chip damage, and it's all good. Or you throw them.
You're an island.
Yes.
Start your island and do what the Vietnamese did and put them in the trees and give the opponent PTSD for the rest of their life.
Absolutely real. Or you actually throw them down mid-fight while the person, because then the person has a choice. They either shoot you while you're shooting them, or they shoot the turret while you're shooting them. Like,
Yes,
it's
we've
not great.
experienced that multiple times together in 2v2s. It was so fucking annoying when that cluster
Yes. So clusters
Yeah,
who
that'd be it,
know how to roll the turrets, there is potential there, but it's not incredible. There is a lot of counters, right? So below Lars and Spike feels fair, because the turrets themselves, I mean, they do a lot of damage. The KTQTPi, if it buffed the teammates S or A, it doesn't. B. Enough said?
Again, if your character's power was cracked, would you want to get your teammate addicted? It's their choice, man. Their choice.
Yeah. Okay, Siaro, good if you catch someone by surprise who's running a lot of poison. Good if you are toxic bombing yourself and profanering it or something. Good if you're punsy. Bad in every other situation. Good in free for all.
Possibly.
Would you say? Yeah.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I mean, when I was relatively new to the game, because I started quite late compared to you. When I was relatively new to the game, I did play Ciara. I mained Ciara for like a little while. He's good. I mean, that's why he's in B. He's above serviceable, but it's
And
yeah.
his dialogue's like the least toxic it can be.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Haru.
Sable, there are some incredible players. We're looking at you, Nyan Cat. But you gotta be dedicated. That is a deck, that is a special deck, that is a special playstyle, it is situational, there are counters, there's just a lot to it, and if this list is gonna apply to like an actual average FvF player, then there's no use putting it above B. I mean, there is a reason that it's a meme. There's like a crutch for people who can't aim, but anyway.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with the pyro. You just don't feel like aiming, so you just go to pyro and TX.
Yeah, and also there's two types of Sable players. I mean, you got the Sable players, the Sable players like me back when I was in my Sable phase, where they just run gold cards and they just swap weapons off the katana, unexpectedly. And you got the people who are like hard Sable mains, like Nyan Cat, who are just all about the katana, and then their whole deck just revolves around it. But yeah, I mean, I don't see why Sable should be above
Yeah,
cluster.
there should be a lot more melee weapons. I think a baseball bat would be a good.
I made the suggestion about the deck chair, where if you look perfectly in the direction of fire, like the incoming damage, you'll block it completely.
You put that as a trap card, not as like a melee weapons card.
Well, you're a melee weapon card. Well, okay, let's reflect on this. Do we think Sable is really below these two? I feel like that might have been a bit unfair.
What? Where do we put Sable again?
I feel we put Sable below Katie and below Siaro. I don't think that's.
That was on you. That I had no part in that.
You know what? Actually, I think they're above Lars as well. I think they're below cluster purely because just the cluster turrets are so good against the katana.
Yeah.
All right, Duper. So I wanted to put Duper. Did I want to put Duper low?
I believe so, yeah. But I vouched for him. He did not commit the murders, Your Honor.
Yeah.
The glove did not fit.
But Duper can't be above all these people who have noticeable buffs that are just buffs. Whereas Duper, you have to play tactically for it to be anything but neutral at best, right? There's a lot of people who pop that Berserker card and they just get unlucky, and then there's a bomb or a mine or something and they instantly die. It happens too much to put them above, barely
Yeah,
above
screw those
serviceable.
idiots. Yeah, like screw those idiots, man. Who thought that was a good idea to do that?
Alright, and then Moose is in C for serviceable. She gets a pass. It's not that she's bad, her power is good, it's just the counter is such a hard counter and it's such a common card that everyone plays. It just, you know, outside of the jankiness of her being kind of glitchy when she double jumps sometimes, if the latency is bad, like, it's just, you know, just say, it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually the first character I played was Moose.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. And Roberto, C. You can only be as good as anyone else, and you can't actually build into anyone else's deck.
With that ability.
Yeah. So it's only really good if you're going against someone who's constantly rematching and swapping characters or something, and you just want it to be a consistent playing field. But even then, you just got to kind of hope they don't pick Leica or Sable or someone that has a specific deck. Marge.
Yeah. Yep.
But we put Joara below because the buff just isn't that good, and it's bugged, although you don't want to include the bug in the rating, which is fair.
Yeah, because that's just kind of unfair, man. I mean, how would you like it if I was critiquing you and there's like a bug with yours? I don't know how to put this into retrospect, to be honest, man.
Yeah, I mean, her buff just isn't incredible. It's not game changing. You don't really feel it when you play her. She's a nice character. It's nice that she's in the game. It's just it would be nice if her ability was a bit better. But she's not trashed here. She's not bad. She's just not good in any meaningful way compared to anyone else.
That's how I would describe Haru.
Oh my god, you're such a Haru hater.
Don't respect Haru players, man. You have one bit, and it's unfunny as hell. Get a new bit.
And lastly, Dingo, great with reroll, Bob Lover sucks, everything else sucks. Bad if you get barbed cards, which is very common. Bad with if they use silence or invisible hand.
Poor Dingo, man. He didn't deserve any of this.
Put it, buff Bomb Lover. Buff Bomb Lover.
There's just buff, like, just get more cards that do stuff with cards, man.
I agree. I think there needs to be more bomb lover themed stuff. Like maybe you know what? It's like it's like it's like Love Letter, where every time you use a card you gain like a little bit of health. Or what about something where it's like every time you use your garbage card, it puts it in the other person's hand. Or every time the other person uses a card, it heals you. I mean, that's something that applies to Dingo, but that's just blah, 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 blah.
What you said?
So is that a definitive list?
Definitive?
Yep.
For you, yes.
Yes.
For me,
No.
don't even ask.
FvF character list. Description. Hate us in the comments now. Download image.
What? Wait, no, I'm not. Wait, no, don't do that to me. Wait, so who said I was gonna be a part of this?
Beautiful. Okay, right, and that is our tier list. So,
Right.
thank you everyone for watching. And to be honest, the outro might just be possibly a drunk 1v1. All right, and
Whoa, what is this now?
Yeah.
I am the better scout here. What is it?
hell no. And to close out the video, we are gonna have a little bit of a drunk 1v1, to account for our differences because we don't agree
Huh?
on the tier list.
Despite us playing the same character.
Yes. Oh, why did I do that?
Waste of a card, I see.
Hey, I think you might be a little bit less drunk than me. So if I win,
Oh
then
man, this
I
is
officially get
very
drunk
disordinary.
bragging rights. Where'd you go,
Aw,
pussy?
only.
Whoa, you lagged. Hey, you lagged!
Here.
That's not fair.
I don't
That's not
know
fair.
what you're talking
That's
about.
not fair.
I don't see myself lagging.
Nope. Oh, nice shotgun, Goofy Goober. What the? You flew! You flew across the
Lamau.
gap. You actually flew. How dare
You're acting
you?
like-
How? No. This is more than
What?
a drunk.
What?
That's more than a drunk fight. What the fuck was that? What the actual fuck was that?
Why is
What? What?
counter card working? How bad is it right
Hey, whoa.
now?
Okay, whoa, calm down. Just calm down.
Oh my god, what is wrong? Oh, now it works! Now it works, eh?
Did that hurt you or me? Because I'm fine.
I'm
Ah!
fine. I don't. Oh, what the fuck?
I healed a little bit from that. Hey!
That's messed up.
Oh!
I was so low for no reason.
Well, now you know. Now, welcome to my world. Come here, you.
Oh shit.
Oh, I never know where you. Ow!
Lamau.
Come here, you.
Can't catch these hands.
Ah!
Can't catch these hands.
Alright, whatever, man. It was laggy.
Ring a ding ding. Ring a ding ding.